Testing, testing. Wow. Hey, can you guys hear us okay? Hey, cool. How's it going? Good. Good. Wow, it looks like we got to compete with those guys over there, so we got to get a lot louder. Good morning, everyone. Yeah. There we go.
That's pretty good.
That's actually really good. So welcome to the Animal Crossing panel. My name's Abdallah, and this is Sam. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, so we're here. We're going to be talking about Animal Crossing for a good hour. We're going to have some prizes that we're going to be giving out, and of course, we're just going to have a lot of fun, just chilling in New York ComicCon. You guys hyped? Yeah, great. All right, so how many guys are Animal Crossing fans? Wow, that's actually a lot of you. Cool.
Every single person.
Yeah, every single person. I thought that this was the community lounge where you guys are just going to grab a snack and chill out, but a lot of people are Animal Crossing fans. That's awesome. Good to see you guys. How many guys are fans from the original Animal Crossing on GameCube? Okay, yeah, there we go. And then how many guys joined up more recently through Animal Crossing New Horizons? That's the one, yeah? Okay, great. Well, it's good to see you guys. Thanks again. All right, so unfortunately, we've got some really bright sunlight happening over here, and our little presentation is a little washed out, so you guys are going to have to visualize with us in your imagination, kind of like what you do in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So we're going to have a little bit of fun. Before we get started, I want Sam to introduce herself and tell us a little bit about you.
Hi everyone, I'm Sam. I go by Nintendo Fangirl online, and I have been playing Animal Crossing since day one. Big fan.
Yeah, there we go. A little late on the cue. Yeah, and once again, my name's Abdallah. I run the YouTube channel Abdallah Smash 026. I've been doing YouTube for about over 10 years, and both of us are Nintendo brand ambassadors. Look at that. We've got some Nintendo rep actually here at New York ComicCon. Go figure. All right, so without further ado, our entire presentation is Animal Crossing, the past, present, and future. So those of you guys that are a lot newer, you're going to learn a lot more about the entire series. Those of you guys that are veterans, we're going to quiz you guys and hopefully give away some of our really fun little prizes over here. We went on a mini shopping spree over at Nintendo New York. Any of you guys been there? Yeah? Okay, cool. If you guys are from out of town, I highly suggest taking a couple block walk over there and definitely giving it a spin. Spend all your money, trust me. They'll love it. Okay, anyway, let's do it. Yep. Cool, perfect. Okay, so right off the bat, you probably may see it, but our presentation is there. Hopefully a cloud will come across here and block that. But either way, we're going to be talking about the past of all of Animal Crossing, the history of the games. We're going to be doing some trivia with prizes, so make sure you guys get that Animal Crossing brain switched on. Then we're going to talk about the present, what's happening nowadays in Animal Crossing New Horizons, and then ultimately, what happens in the future with the series, right? What do you want to see? It's going to be a good time. Okay, you want to start us off with the past?
Past. Ooh, I gotta talk loud.
Yeah, we gotta talk loud because they're really loud over there. We gotta get louder than them.
Yeah.
That's right, just like that.
All right, so I think we're actually starting with a trivia question here.
Good.
Here's the question. Ready? Raise your hand if you know the answer.
Whoa.
Wow, you really are.
Okay, go ahead. Hold on. This one right over here. Before we ask the question, what's the answer? Blathers. Very close. Very close.
Blathers is on the screen.
Yes, that is Blathers, but that's not the question. Okay, so remember, we're going to take a look around, and we're the first person who shoots their hands up gets to yell out loud what the answer is, and you can get one of these awesome prizes. We get to choose it. Okay, are you guys ready?
After you get called on.
After you get called on.
Don't give it away to everyone else. All right.
All right.
Question is, what Nintendo console did the very first, did the very first Animal Crossing game debut on?
The very first console. Who did you say?
I saw the superhero. Yeah. That is actually not the correct answer.
Oh. All right, you get to choose now. That's the hard one. I didn't see a second place.
I see double pointing over there.
Double pointing.
Nintendo 64 in Japan, I think is in
Correct.
Okay, what was the answer for those of you that didn't hear that?
So the answer is the Nintendo 64. Officially, Animal Crossing, I'm going to say it badly, Dobutsu no Mori appeared on the Nintendo 64 in Japan, which eventually became the GameCube game here in America. So congratulations.
Yeah, which prize are we going to give? Ooh.
We're going to start with KK Slider.
Okay, KK Slider, you get it. All right, round of applause for this guy. There we go, there we go. Good job, good job, good job. Hey, good job. Animal Forest, you actually called out the name of the game too. So how many of you guys have actually played the Nintendo 64 Japan exclusive Animal Crossing game? I was hoping for one person. I haven't played it, honestly. No,
I have not either.
No. Okay. Well, that's okay. We didn't get it, but we did get the GameCube one, which was very close. You were there, but just very close. All right. Anyway, so speaking of the GameCube one, we're going to talk about the North American launch of Animal Crossing on GameCube. Hands up, those of you guys that have played that one. Oh man, this one was such a good game back in the day. I remember you had like a little memory card that you would put into your GameCube, and then you'd have your island on there, and if you would want to like go over to a friend's house, you'd have to bring your memory card into their like little GameCube like slot.
Yep.
And then it would take like a good 10 minutes for like the train to like come on in and load, versus like nowadays in Animal Crossing New Horizons where you just fly over with the dodo code.
Yeah,
it's
well,
fascinating.
The memory card was so important that it was packaged with the game at launch. So you actually got a special memory card and the little sticker to put on it with the little Animal Crossing logo, because you couldn't interact with other people if you didn't have that going on.
Yeah. What were the things that are really memorable to you about the GameCube version of Animal Crossing?
I feel like the dialogue was raw.
Okay.
with the villagers, the dialogue. The villagers were a little more candid in the earlier games, and especially in the GameCube one, so you'd get like some real insults along the way. I think they've mellowed that out a little bit by now.
I think that was one of my favorite things, is that all of the villagers in the GameCube version were just like, they were just mean. A lot of them were mean. If they had that mean personality, they would make fun of you, they would call you nicknames. I remember like in the events, if you guys remember that turkey NPC, how many guys remember the turkey guy? What's his name? Franklin, there we go. So in the GameCube version of Franklin, or like for like Thanksgiving, this turkey character, he would run around and he would have you literally steal silverware, because everyone wanted to find him and cook him and eat him for a gigantic feast in the entire town. And he's like hiding behind trees, and he's like, yeah, go over to like Tortimer and steal another like set of like fork and knives, and then turn them into me and I'll give you some furniture. So you're like, and then Tortimer is like an old little turtle, and he's like, hey dude, didn't I just give you some silverware? Oh well, here you go, have another one, right? So you're stealing all this silverware in order to get the stuff. And it was just so weird to think about, right? Like back in the day, all these animals are really just trying to cook this turkey, and he's running around, man.
Well, speaking of mean, Rossetti was also a pretty strong stay point.
Oh yeah, and you guys remember Mr. Rossetti from the older games? Yeah.
He was mean in the GameCube one. Like, so the whole thing was they really didn't want you resetting the game on the GameCube. It reset any progress, you saved nothing, which perhaps was intentional, but at the time it was not what Nintendo wanted. So Rossetti was mean, and it would get progressively worse. He would get meaner and meaner every time you reset, to the point where he would like make you think that he was breaking your save file, or that he wasn't going to let you progress in the game at all, which he would always let you get in, but he was ruthless.
He was pretty bad. Any of you guys have like nightmares as a kid playing this game, resetting the game and Mr. Rossetti popping out? Oh my gosh, it was so funny. Like honestly, I think that back in the day in this game, like Rossetti had the most dialogue and the most character out of anyone in the entire franchise. Like I kid you not, I've got a video on YouTube that shows like all of his little cutscenes and interactions, and it's phenomenal. He gets so upset, and then like he starts bargaining with you sometimes, and like he literally shuts off the game at one point.
Yep.
He goes to like a black screen, and then you're like, whoa, he just erased my save data, what the heck? And then he like turns it back on, he's like, see now, what did I say to you? Oh, it was so great. Anyway, Rossetti, favorite character, hands down. Am I the only one here that likes Rossetti the most out of every character? Some of you guys? There we go. All right, good. Yeah, I was pretty upset in the new Animal Crossing because Rossetti doesn't even have a role. Like, he's not there. He's part of the rescue services.
It's the helicopter.
Yeah, but you never even see him or anything. So I was just like, so all of the newer generation Animal Crossing fans, like, it's unfortunate you guys don't get to see one of the most fleshed out characters in all of Animal Crossing, in my opinion. Honestly, the best character, Rossetti.
It's a little tough because with autosaves now, you know, what's Rossetti gonna do? He can't yell at you for not autosaving. But
what else do you remember about the GameCube game?
Items. So there were some great Nintendo-based items on the GameCube game, including the interactive NES console.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so Animal Crossing on GameCube had literal Nintendo Entertainment System ROMs in the game. You can play like Mario Bros, Zelda, Balloon Fight. You can get these things and actually play them on there. I don't think any other Animal Crossings did that.
No.
You can play the full games, right?
Cool? Wouldn't it be like so crazy awesome if New Horizons could somehow connect with Nintendo Switch Online and, like, I don't know, you open a NES in your home and then it opens Nintendo Switch Online? I'm just making things up at this point.
Yeah,
it would be really neat.
Yes, give us more updates to that game, please, right? Yeah, that was very fascinating. And speaking of like Nintendo items, there was a really fun way that you can redeem passwords in the game over at like the Nook shop. And if you had a certain password, and then you can go through and get like all sorts of crazy Nintendo like superstar items and just furniture in general. And I think that Nintendo furniture is like one of my favorite sets. What about you guys? You like the Nintendo furniture? Oh man, seriously the best. Yes, yes.
And those passcodes, I distinctly remember like early 2000s going onto Google with my dial-up internet and looking at like getting just a huge list and printing it out. Like you could basically cheat Animal Crossing. I didn't think that Nintendo would let us do that now, but you could basically just get codes for every item and pull them into your game at that time. Yeah,
that's fascinating. The time where you would go to the library and jump on their computers and print out things from like game FAQs. Anyone old enough to remember that? Okay, great. I'm super young. I just only hear about these things. I don't know about that. Anyway, so that's GameCube. Anything else you want to touch base on that?
No, I think GameCube is it's well loved for how memorable it is. It had a lot of character. It didn't actually have like the hugest player base, especially not compared to like New Horizons, but it has so much character that people, I think, still look upon it fondly. Yeah. For sure.
Hands down, one of my favorites, for sure. Oh, dang. You guys ready for another trivia? Let's take a look.
Don't look at the screen for a second.
Okay, here we go. Got it. Don't look at the screen. All right, you ready? Go ahead.
Anyway, it's fine.
Tell it.
All right, are you watching for hands?
Okay, I'm going to be watching for first and second place hands here. We're going to be giving away this Reese plushie. Ooh, can we get some oohs and ahs? Ooh. Okay. Okay.
All right, ready?
Ready. Nice and loud. I'm looking for first and second hands.
All right. In Animal Crossing Wild World, what was the name of Harriet Salon?
Okay, I got a 1 in 2. He's not sure. He's kind of like, I don't know. In the orange hat.
Yes.
Shampoodle. Okay, so the question was, what was the name of Harriet Salon in Wild World? And what did? Oh yeah, come on up. You said Shampoodle. Let's give a round of applause. That was good. That was good. Did you know that? Yeah. He was kind of like, I don't know about that. It was iffy. It's a very, anyway, congratulations. Show it off to the entire crowd. Yeah, there we go. Good job. So that's our segue of going into the next Animal Crossing title called Animal Crossing Wild World. How many of you guys have played this one? Oh, there we go. You tried to play it. All right. It's definitely an older one, but this one was honestly a game that I put the most hours into. Honestly.
I think it's one of those things that it's hard to go backwards to some Animal Crossing games, especially if you're used to like the nice amenities and the newer titles.
Yeah.
It's a little bit tougher to go backwards, but I agree. So Wild World was the first portable Animal Crossing, and that did a lot for Animal Crossing because this is a good game to play on the go. I also put a ton of hours into this one.
Yeah, having this available on the Nintendo DS where you can take it anywhere was game-changing, just like you said. And not to mention, the Nintendo DS at the time had a Wi-Fi connection, which was you can play this game online with others. You can invite people over, you can open up your gates. I remember, I have a vivid memory of this, and I don't know if any of you guys can relate to it, but turnip prices. How many of you guys like pay attention to the stock market and turnips and make millions of bells? Okay, so this game was pretty awesome because you can take a look at your turnip prices, and this was like kind of at the beginning of the internet a little bit with like message boards and stuff like that and game FAQs. People would post, hey, like I've got a really, really high turnip price, like come on over to my town, and then just drop me like a little 99K bell bag as like a little tip, and you could sell all your turnips. So that was so cool. It's just going to people's random towns and then just like seeing what they have, maybe cataloging some of the items. Because remember, the previous Animal Crossing, the only way that you could go to someone else's town was like in real life. You had to bring your memory card over and then plug into their GameCube. Whereas this, it's completely brand new, having the ability to go online. And those of you guys that are playing on Animal Crossing New Horizons, you guys think nothing of that, right? It's so easy. But way back in the day of like 2005, it's like, wow, this is so cool, and it's taking Animal Crossing to another level.
Yeah, the only other thing I would add is that they really continued the trend of just like adding in more items, making the catalog way bigger, and being able to fully customize your home. It was a big upgrade to the original GameCube one, and so I think even if it weren't portable, people would have enjoyed it. But just the fact that you have portability on top of that upgrade, it was a hit.
Yeah, what do you remember about any new NPCs?
I know Harriet was one.
Harriet, that's right. So with Harriet, you can go to a salon and actually change your hairstyle up, which is really fun, and customize your character, versus like in the previous Animal Crossing game where that was just determined based off of what answers you gave to Rover, right at the very beginning of like the little train thing. I don't remember doing...
Wasn't it just random in the first one?
So
I know in Wild World, you also had answers, but those would determine your face. Like
your facial structure,
when you
right.
came out of the train the first time, and then Harriet Salon was just a string of more questions that you had to answer. And I remember looking up, and this is true for future games as well, but looking up that thread of like, what do I have to answer to get the cutest hairstyle and the best hair color?
Yeah.
So, it was good.
It was a fun one. And with the DS, what was so special about like the top and bottom screen? Right, because that was a new thing, right? Like you had the top screen and bottom screen. I remember like Gulliver, I think was in like a UFO or something, and sometimes you would see a UFO on like the top screen and you'd have to grab your slingshot and shoot him down, and he'd have like one random super rare Gulliver item. Yeah,
I believe you, but I don't remember that.
Gulliver and UFO, I'm just making up stuff today, guys, sorry. This is my kid brain speaking from way back in the day. All right, you guys ready for some more trivia? We're gonna give out some more stuff. Yeah, okay. All right, so we're gonna look at this trivia question.
Everyone close your eyes for a second.
Close your eyes, no peeking, as usual. Here we go. Ooh, yeah, this one's a good one. Okay, you ready? All right, say it nice and loud. I'll be the eyes this time.
All right.
First and second.
What brand new peripheral was introduced with City Folk?
Okay, I got in the green hair. Yeah, you. I think that's green. You put your hand up. What is that? Did you say the answer? Yeah, you gotta talk loud. You don't remember? Okay, great. Hey, is that the answer? No.
Sorry, that is not the answer.
Okay, anyone else want to try for it? Okay, you already got one. How about here? Our question is, what brand new peripheral?
What's a peripheral?
Like an accessory, like a physical accessory. Right here. We Speak was the answer. Very close. But yes, you are on the correct path. We Speak. Come on up. Round of applause. We Speak. Okay, what are we giving? Oh yeah. We're $10 eShop gift card. Thanks for coming. Thanks for knowing that.
So yeah, the We Speak.
We Speak. Okay, this is an interesting peripheral, and we got some clouds over here. Look at that, the sun. Yay, you can see the presentation. Perfect.
Even better, it actually went behind a building.
Oh, we got to capitalize on this time. All right, we're good. So the We Speak, this was interesting. So in the next Animal Crossing game, it's called City Folk. On Nintendo Wii, remember that with Wii Bowling? Yeah, you guys had that. Hands up if you guys had a Nintendo Wii. Of course, everyone had a Wii. Yeah, you still have it? I still got mine too. Anyway, so We Speak was like the new thing where you can connect this to your Nintendo Wii and like talk to people online. Was that safe?
In theory, you were connecting with people that you already knew. It wasn't randomized,
okay.
So that's good.
Yeah, so you needed to know the other person. You didn't just have random people talking at you.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. None of that like Call of Duty
no,
kids. No. Okay, got you. So it was pretty safe. Got it. Honestly, like I recently bought this game like a couple years ago, and I was sad that like the We Speak doesn't work anymore. There's like no functionality. I have this like useless peripheral, and it's like, what am I doing with this thing?
I think a lot of the We Speak, it kind of came back to a problem that Nintendo may still have today, and that in a lot of cases, people were more willing to like call their friend or talk in some other AIM instant messenger or something. Just because it was like a little bit unnecessary. I remember I picked up an extra We Speak a couple years after it came out because Walmart was like $3, We Speak for everyone. So I don't think it was the most popular peripheral, but they tried.
Yeah, and I couldn't even list what other games on Wii use the We Speak, right? Like,
I don't think any. But yeah, it was just a microphone for your Wii. That's all it was happening.
All right, so speaking of Animal Crossing City Folk, any of you guys play this game? Show of hands at home. Yeah, there we go. Some of you guys did. This one was interesting because not only did you have your island, or not necessarily island, but your town, but there was also a city all the way to the north that you can take the bus to, and it has all of the amenities, like the shops, and like Mr. Rossetti had like a reset center or something like that. I remember Kix made it a first time. Gracie was a giraffe that had like high fashion. She had her own area. What else do you know about that game?
The thing that I remember the most about City Folk is that it had the best music in the series, in my opinion. I think they really tried to go for something distinctly city with City Folk. I remember Rossetti being in a manhole. Right?
Yeah. Rossetti and I think his brother.
Yeah, Don.
Don Rossetti. Yeah, I think so. I think there was something weird how like on certain days, if you go into the city, you can somehow go into the reset center and actually see Mr. Rossetti on his own. So he was like even more fleshed out in this game too. I felt that the gameplay of Animal Crossing City Folk was very similar to the DS one, like almost like an upscaled port of it. It felt a little bit. But other than that, like what else do you remember about this one?
Well, I would say City Folk is the game I played the least out of them all, and to be honest, I think it was because Nintendo learned from City Folk that people really wanted portable Animal Crossing. I think it felt almost like I was tethered with City Folk. It was a great game. It was Animal Crossing through and through. It added more items. I think especially the fashion was beefed up in City Folk. And again, the music I thought was fantastic. But overall, I think this is where Nintendo learned we're going to stick with portable Animal Crossing as much as possible going forward. Yeah, for sure. We've got a lot of people back there really hyped for City Folk. So we got to talk a little bit louder and hype that up too. So anyway, yeah, City Folk was quite interesting. I don't think that it's one that I put many hours into, other than like playing it again just to see what it's all about. But yeah, I really wanted to see Mr. Rossetti's little back area. It was nice that they showed that. That's true. All right, so moving on. Ooh, okay. Now this is the game. This is the game. If you haven't already played it, Animal Crossing New Leaf. Any New Leaf hype over here? Yeah. Okay, let's show all those guys in the other area how loud we can be. Animal Crossing New Leaf, let's go. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Now that we got some heads turning, they're coming on over now. Great. So hands up, all of you guys that have played Animal Crossing New Leaf.
Okay, I would say, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I think that New Leaf is better than New Horizons. Yeah? Anyone agree? Okay, some of you guys. Like you have to put hours into both of them to really be a competent judge, but this game was so good. Tell me about your first impressions or your memories of this game.
This is like a personal note, but New Leaf was one of the last games that Nintendo was willing to give ambassadors in America early. So I had New Leaf a month before it had come out for the rest of America.
Hey.
And this was also one of the last Animal Crossing games that wasn't a worldwide release. So this was out almost a whole year earlier in Japan. So all of this hype was circulating around the internet about what new items are coming in New Leaf. And just finally getting my hands on it before everyone else, I'm sorry, but it felt very good. But I'll say, New Leaf is also my favorite in the series. I think it has the best item sets. It has tons of item sets. It had fortune cookies where you could get special items out of. It had the best music. I know I said City Folk had the best music, but I take it back. New Leaf had the best music. It had the Main Street area, and my favorite part, it had Street Pass.
Street Pass.
You could go to other people's homes just by walking by them on the street. Just
so cool. Does anyone have their Nintendo 3DS on them?
I should have brought mine.
I was gonna say, like, to get an actual Street Pass in the year 2022, like what? No way. Oh, there we go, look at that. Hey, with the little cover on there. Hey, round of applause for that guy. There we go, there we go. To get a standing ovation for holding a 3DS in 2022.
Unfortunately, you do need 2 of them for a Street Pass.
That's true. He's hoping to get that little green light in the corner.
Yeah.
But yeah, Animal Crossing New Leaf was just so fun. I think that the villagers were great. I think the expansion of Brewster was the absolute best in the entire series. Any Brewster fans? Yeah. There we go. Get a little cup of coffee over here. Yeah, Brewster was so great, and the cool thing about this game is that he wasn't just subjected to, you know, paying rent over in Blathers by being in the basement of the museum. No. If you keep on befriending him, he'll actually get a standalone building, which is his own cafe. And if you keep on befriending him and getting even more coffee day after day, he'll legit offer you a part-time job at the cafe, which is so cool. Right? So you go over there and you put on your little barista outfit, and then like the Animal Crossing villagers come over and then they ask you for their usuals, and you're like, dude, I don't know your usual. Who are you? Like, what are you doing? And then so you have to like look up online, you know, how many scoops of sugar and like what kind of coffee do they like, how much milk, and then if you get their orders correct, based on how many orders you do, Brewster will reward you with pretty good new and exclusive furniture, which is so fun. So you can just do that once a day and just like really get all your regulars over there. Honestly, that was one of my favorite parts. And I was really thinking that when Animal Crossing New Horizons teased the Brewster update, you guys remember that? They were teasing it. They're like, oh my gosh, the cafe, and then they show someone walking into it. I legit thought they were going to port over the concept of working at there and having all your villagers come over and making them coffee, but that didn't happen. No, it did not.
Well, I think New Leaf, one of the reasons it was so memorable and good was because not just Brewster, but kind of the whole town evolved over time, because you were the mayor for the first time in New Leaf, right? So it was about enhancing the town, which also meant, you know, your Nook shop was growing every time you purchased a certain amount. You were adding stores to Main Street. You were adding like Brewster getting his own place. It really felt like there was a lot of longevity in terms of keeping people going. And by the end, when you felt like very accomplished, when your tree was like as big as it could be and you had a little festival, it felt like you did something. You were a good mayor.
That's right, and you couldn't do anything without the help of Isabelle. Am I right? Any Isabelle fans over here? Yes. All right, so those of you guys that have played Animal Crossing New Horizons and that's the only one you played, I'm sorry. Because Isabelle is literally trapped behind a desk for 99% of that entire game. Whereas in this game, it was so fun because she would follow you around and help you do like little town works projects. And like, hey, you want to make a bench? Okay, cool. Like, let's celebrate it, right? Let's have a party and invite everyone for the opening of the brand new bench. Or here's a fire hydrant. Or, you know, we've got the brand new museum upgrade. Like, she was there and she was like your secretary, and she was doing so much to make sure that you felt like you were a good mayor. And I think that's like the real Isabelle. The Isabelle that's inside Animal Crossing New Horizons, no way. That's a robot, man. No way. That's some Westworld stuff right over there. Anyway, yeah, so other than that, I think that the home designer aspect of the game was really fun. You can go to Reese and Cyrus, and you could bring a gold nugget and any kind of like furniture item, and you can like encapsulate that in gold, which was so cool, and you could do it with all the other precious gems that you can mine as well. The furniture customization was just so good in this game. And just overall being able to play online with people, having the ability for people to come to your little island, visiting other people's towns too, was just so phenomenal. They just like took it a step further. So great.
I also want to give one more shout out to the Nintendo items in the game that you got from the fortune cookies, because my house was just like Nintendo through and through. There were so many good items in there. I remember like the spinning fireball. I had my basement look like the dungeon from Bowser's Castle.
Yeah.
And it played music. I mean, there were just, New Leaf had a lot of stuff. It would have been impossible to collect it all. In fact, I gave up at some point. I was just going around street passing and like taking whatever I could to catalog.
Right. And not to mention, they had Nintendo-based characters.
Yeah.
Right? Based off of like Amiibo. Oh, how many guys collect Amiibo? Yeah, there we go. Great. The glorified paperweights in the Nintendo universe. At least nowadays. There was a lot of functionality back in the day, but in Animal Crossing New Leaf, there was an update called Welcome Amiibo, where you can tap in the Animal Crossing Amiibo cards. Okay, you guys all bought those Amiibo cards, yeah? Okay, great. I remember those Amiibo cards. Like, you would buy like a $6 pack, and then
I
each
have
of
them
them.
all. You don't gotta tell me.
Yeah. You literally have all the
I
sets.
literally have every Amiibo card.
It's insane. They're like blind packs, and like each card was like $1 because they had a little NFC chip inside it, and then you get doubles and you'd be devastated. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, I got this double over here, man.
It's funny because at the time, they were popular when they came out, but I think they overproduced, and then they ended up going clearance, and I remember I was buying, like, every time they'd go clearance, I'm like, oh, more for me, okay, great. But then, we'll get to it, but when New Horizon came out, all of a sudden everybody wanted the Amiibo cards. Here I am with my hoard of Amiibo cards.
That's right. Oh, it was so fun. So, like, literally any villager that you have an Amiibo card, you could bring into your town.
Right, but not just that, because with the Welcome Amiibo set, there were like the Zelda villagers that you could bring in. Zelda collaboration.
That was good. So like what, we had Epona, right? There was like an Epona. Any Zelda fans here? Okay, good, there we go. Wait a second, there's more Zelda fans than Animal Crossing fans. What's going on here? No, just kidding. So you had, could you tap in like any Zelda Amiibo?
It wasn't all of them.
Okay, so certain ones.
There was Epona, there was Medley, there was...
Ganon was one, yeah, I remember Ganon.
Link.
The Wolf Link Amiibo was so heavy. Man, you just tap that on there and you get that villager. That was so cool. And then didn't they do like a Splatoon? There was a Splatoon collaboration with New Leaf as well?
I think so.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. But like we didn't get anything like that in the new game, right? Like there wasn't anything.
No, they didn't even bring those villagers over. I'm very sad.
Crazy. All right, what was your favorite, another favorite thing that you liked about New Leaf?
Favorite thing about New Leaf? I think it was just, you know what, I'm going to say they did some quality of life stuff for putting down tiles in your town.
Okay.
So you could spend a long time decorating your entire town with these tiles everywhere. You'll probably accidentally kick them up at some point, but it was good. It was good.
Yeah, I like that. The advent of even more KK music was there. Those are all super fun. What else do I remember the most? Oh, okay, so one of my favorite quality of lives is, if you know in Animal Crossing New Horizons, sometimes you're looking for that one villager, right? Like, where are you? And you're in like the third room of the museum, like you're all the way tucked away somewhere else. In this game, they had an item called the megaphone, which was so cool. You had your 3DS like this, and then you grab the megaphone and you'd literally speak into the microphone. And you would say, hey Bob. And then you would say, hey Bob on the screen, and then Bob would be like playing Marco Polo. He'd be like in this corner. He'd be like, okay, yeah, and he's over there, and you like run over, hey Bob. And he's like, I'm over here. And then like you could kind of walk over to him, which was so fun. You could talk to all your villagers if you wanted to.
One more.
Yeah, go.
Captain's Island. So.
Oh dang! Yeah. How can we forget Captain's Island? Look at that. There we go.
So you could go do fun little mini games with your friends or with strangers on the internet, and sometimes they were not like nice strangers, but sometimes they were nice strangers, and it was just really fun.
Yeah. So those of you guys that are playing New Horizons only, there's really no multiplayer game mode, right? You invite 8 people over to your island, and maybe you sit on toilets and play musical chairs. I don't know.
You make your own game.
You can make your own games, but no. In Animal Crossing New Leaf, you can take Captain's boat to like this island, and then you can just all play like hide and seek. There was like gather fruits. There were some other ones.
Somewhere you break the rocks.
Yeah, there were just actual games to play, and we never got that.
No.
We never got that in the new game.
We got the timer. They let us have the timer. So
yeah.
You can make your own games, but it's not the same.
No way. The concept of having an online multiplayer game mode for Animal Crossing has never been done, and they did it in this series, which was so great.
Yep.
Good.
Move on.
All right. We are ready to move on. Oh, what in the world is this game? Well, Animal Crossing Plaza? Any of you guys hear of this game? Like a small handful of people. Yeah, this game. I mean, we're covering the past, present, and future of Animal Crossing, so we got to include this weird and obscure free download on Wii U.
It was so it wasn't a game, but it was an opportunity for you to like go in. You could see every villager. You could look at their birthday and see some stuff from like the message board, Miiverse. No, is it Miiverse?
Yeah, Miiverse, right? Yeah.
It was cool. It wasn't a game. It was a free download, and I think my perspective is it got a lot of people excited because they were like, yes, Nintendo has created the Animal Crossing villagers in 3D, new models. We're gonna get a new Animal Crossing game any day now. It's gonna happen on the Wii U.
Yep.
And then it didn't.
And then it didn't. Yeah, Animal Crossing Plaza. So really nothing happens with that.
More on that in a minute.
More on that. Okay, here we go. This was my game. This was my game right here. Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer. Any of you guys remember this? Yeah? Okay, it was like a spin-off. Okay, so with this game, it was on Nintendo 3DS, and the cool thing about it was that like you didn't necessarily have to go out and grab little furniture pieces one at a time and then maybe like make a house with, I don't know, like a cot and like a radio and maybe like a little lamp. No, this game you had furniture sets unlocked at your disposal, and you had clients, which are the Animal Crossing villagers that you guys all come to love. They would come over here and like commission you to make them a house based off of like 1 or 2 little themed items that they bring. Yeah, and it was honestly great. Like you can pick and choose. The world editor or like the room editor was like 3D. It was all grid based. You can add lighting. You can do wallpaper, things on the wall. It was so good. You had many colors of Froggy Chair. It was great. It was a good time, right?
Well, so people who started with New Horizons probably wouldn't know how painful it was to use furniture in earlier games.
That's right.
So this was the first time we saw this like grid system in an Animal Crossing game. In previous games, you would have to walk into your room, go stand where you want to put the furniture down, and drop
put it down,
and hope that it landed where you wanted it to.
Maybe spin it.
Yeah, if you could get to where you wanted it to be.
Yeah.
This game also introduced basically like half grid areas, so it made it so you could fit items a little better. Not only in terms of how you're putting it down, but they just made it easier in general.
Yeah, it was super fun. And then we got a brand new NPC of Lottie, right? Yep, there we go. I see you. So a brand new NPC of Lottie, who helps out with the Happy Home Academy, which is the company that you work for over here. And literally in the game, as you can see, if you're watching, you can go up to any villager that's in your plaza, and they're like, okay, well here is this cat, and he wants a race car themed house. And you could design the exterior as well as the interior of the house. You can make different levels, and really you can spend a good like 3 or 4 hours pinpointing every piece of furniture over here.
Yep.
So
oh, I did.
yeah, totally. So I really like this game because you didn't necessarily have to go out and explore. Everything was just, it was kind of like a toolbox.
Yeah.
Everything was just in your toolbox, and you can pick and choose. It's like, okay, you get the racing set from Kid Cat, and then you get like a little goth set from this person, from Muffy or whatever.
Cherry.
From Cherry. Or you get like the cute set from this person. You get all these sets. And the more that you play the game, the more you unlock. You get some ceiling furniture, you get some different lighting effects, some ambient noises. You get all the gyroids. Like literally every gyroid in existence is available at your fingertips. And you don't have to wait until it rains and dig out a spot like in the older games. No, you get all of them literally here. So good. Favorite game.
Definitely good for people who like designing the homes, for whom that's their favorite part.
Any of you guys love designing homes in Animal Crossing? Okay, good. That's definitely one of my favorites too. Oh man, designing, yes. Modern set was my favorite, like the black and white, the classic set, those were good ones. Okay, you ready for another trivia? Yes, well you better get ready. All right, let's see some people in back. You guys ready? I can't hear you, a little bit louder. There we go, yeah, jazz hands over there, love it, okay.
You looking for hands?
Yeah, I'll be looking for hands.
Which two amiibo came with Amiibo Festival?
I'm gonna say in the yellow mask. Louder.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah. Digby and Isabel is what you said. Yeah, come on up. Good job. Yeah. Great work. Oh, Isabel. Ooh, you get Isabel with the actual bells? Oh, look at that. Yeah, good work. Nice. Okay, so the answer was Digby and Isabel. This game, Amiibo Festival, this is what we got on Nintendo Wii U, right?
Yeah.
Which was not an Animal Crossing game, but it was like a Mario Party-esque with Animal Crossing characters.
Right, yeah, that's pretty much exactly what it was. Well,
it was a board game where you'd move around.
Minus like the mini game fun aspect of Mario.
Yeah, there was nothing fun about this game.
I mean,
Sorry.
I have some positive things to say about it.
Okay, let's hear it.
They ported all of some of the characters in, so you could see, you could see the new models. They had the world looking nice that these game boards lived in. They had lots of cute little photos and scenery. They had Animal Crossing music, like for people like me who were really missing Animal Crossing at this point in time. It was like, I was bummed that it wasn't a new Animal Crossing game, but I was also like, well, I'll take it, okay. It was not terrible for what it is, but I think there was some extra disappointment compounded with the fact that people were waiting for the new Animal Crossing game.
Yeah.
And we had no news on that at that time, so.
Yeah, so I remember when I played it, and how many guys are like super competitive in Mario Party? Like, okay, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Like, I will ruin friendships in Mario Party. So, so with that kind of attitude going into this Mario Party-esque game, I was pretty upset because a lot of it was like luck-based.
I knew you were gonna say
A lot of it was like 100% luck-based of like, oh, here you go. You went from first to last place because turnip sales are down. I'm like, what are you talking about? What is this game?
Yeah, it's kind of like a fun game to play very casually. You wouldn't want to like compete in it.
No. 1v1 me in Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival right now. Money match, let's go. Not happening. Okay, so that was a brief spin. Actually, that wasn't brief. We talked a lot about the past of Animal Crossing. So let's talk about the present. All of you guys playing on Nintendo Switch. Yeah, with New Horizons. There we go. All right, a little louder so all of those people in the back can hear us. Yeah, Animal Crossing! Good job. Good job. Animal Crossing New Horizons. What a game.
You skipped ahead.
Oh, did I skip ahead? Okay, well, too bad.
We got one more before
Fine, we got one more.
I'll talk fast. I'm the one who loves Pocket Camp. I'm sorry.
Okay, anyone else play Pocket Camp? Wow, actually a lot of you guys do. Okay, I was just gonna like scoot past this one.
I'll just say.
Okay.
So Pocket Camp, it's a mobile game. Yeah, it's a free-to-play game. So some people are against free-to-play games. That's your MO, is fine. But Animal Crossing Pocket Camp is a really cute in-between game. So this is when we were waiting for even a New Horizons announcement. It's very quintessential Animal Crossing. You go, you run quests for your villagers, you meet new villagers. They've done a lot with updating this game.
Yeah.
Ever since it came out, they're still updating it. and they have amazing item sets in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp that they do not have in any other Animal Crossing game. So if you aren't already playing Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, I will also say you get a lot of Nintendo Platinum coins for playing it, so I recommend it.
That's right. Use coupon code Nintendo Fangirl at checkout. I don't know.
If only.
Okay, so I know we're really hyped. We're really hyped for Animal Crossing New Horizons, but we got one more trivia, yeah?
And it's related to Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Oh, okay, good. So a lot of you guys play this game, so get ready.
This one's for the puzzle.
Ooh, how many pieces?
1,000.
1,000-piece puzzle. Ooh, fascinating. Okay, are you ready? Do you know the question?
I know the question. I'm trying to think of how it was worded on the slide. All right.
Okay, here we go. I'm looking
Ready?
for hands. The first 1 or 2 people. All of you guys in back, pay attention. This is the puzzle. Like, this is the jam. 1,000 pieces. Ready?
Ready.
Go.
And listen up because this is a 2-part question.
Oh my gosh. All right, I'm ready.
What are the names of the new bug and fish NPCs in Animal Crossing New Horizons and their counterparts from the prior games?
And their counterparts from the prior games.
I see this costume.
Okay, you have to yell it really loud. I'm looking for 4 names. You got 4 names for me? Yep. Okay, CJ and Chip. Whoa, so close. So you said Nat? What did you say? You said Eugene? Eugene. No, it's definitely not Eugene. Close. Anyone want to bail her out? In the back. Yeah, I can't hear that through a mask nonetheless. Flick. Yes, she did say Flick, but I'm looking for Flick's counterpart from the older game. Who's going to bail out? This is hard.
I'll let her try again.
Yeah, you want to try again? We'll let you try again. Go. CJ and Chip, we've established. There's Flick. There's Nat. I think I said
Nat.
That's good. I totally said it. Yeah, come on out. Good job. Round of applause. That was a hard question. Yeah, that was a really hard question. And your name is Natalie. Oh, pleasure to meet you, Natalie. Or should I say Nat? Here we go. Good job. That's so great. So yeah, we had some brand new NPCs of CJ and Flick, which are the bug and the fish respective NPCs that help you catch them during the different competitions.
Yep.
And then their old school variants were from like GameCube and whatnot, and the older ones. So it's kind of fun.
They were a little more modernized, if you will. Although Chip and Nat come back in the roost, I believe.
Ooh, fancy. Okay, so tell me all about Animal Crossing New Horizons. We have kind of made it here to the present time. Tell me about this game. What do you like about it?
You can decorate outside for the first time. Well, kind of. Mostly for the first time. You can freely decorate outside for the first time. Almost all of the old villagers came back.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but almost all. No third area or secondary area like a town main street to go to. Everything is on your island. What else?
Yeah, well, I mean, I really like the fact that it's a lot more seamless as far as visiting towns, right? You can be like, hey, open up your gates, right? Text someone, open up your gates, all right, I'm coming over. You can also like say, hey, what's your dodo code, right? Pass the dodo code and just fly on in. It's so seamless.
Right.
This game really saved a lot of us during the pandemic. Is that kind of the agreement here?
Yeah.
It was like, all right, you know what, we're locked inside, we're staying safe, and we get to really live our best life through this life simulator. This is what I want life to be when the entire world is, you know, out of control with a global pandemic. So I think a lot of us did. Like, you played it a lot on your channel, I played it a lot on my channel. It was just like really the savior of like 2021, 2020, all those. And it's just Awesome.
I mean, the timing, this is awful, but the timing couldn't have been better for when the game came out. It was like right as everything was closing down, and it offered a lifeline in terms of being able to communicate with people and have some kind of social interaction when a lot of us were basically locked down. So it was really, really good for that. All of the social elements were good, minus the lack of mini games, but aside from that.
Still, I love the fact that there was so much crafting. Crafting was a big thing in this game, and it wasn't in the previous games at all, where you would have to grab all these different materials and resources in order to craft a bench or craft any kind of furniture in the game. That was so unique, because you would have to actually cut down trees and get that like hardwood, softwood. You have to get some different stones and some different marble or like whatever, the gold nuggets. I still remember trying to get gold nuggets. That was like really hard to get. It was like a less than like 10% chance of hitting those rocks and getting that.
And then the island tours, so you could go, and I remember just like saving up those tickets so that I could go on tour after tour after tour for like the one villager I wanted, which I never found, by the way.
Any of you guys do the villager hunting on the Nook Miles Islands? Oh, that was so insane, right? Getting your Dreamy, trying to get Raymond and Audie over here.
Never got Raymond.
No?
Not until the amiibo card came out.
That's right, that's right. Raymond, okay, so there's a handful of cute new villagers. Raymond, Audie, Sherb, the little blue goat. He's a cute guy. What else? Yeah. Yes, Stitches, I think was a relatively old one. Yeah, but there's a lot of good ones that kind of came out. What else did you enjoy about New Horizons?
Well,
that was new.
New Horizons, we kind of talked about this, but New Horizons brought in a lot of the quality of life decorating from Happy Home designers. So like just going around your home, and it was pretty much expanded to the world, but just decorating was 5,000 times easier than it was in prior games. Item sets were good. Crafting made them more attainable in some ways, so that was good.
Yeah, and then throughout the entire, I would say, year or two that it came out, there was a constant flow of updates, which has never been done before. I mean, you got like one or two big major updates, but like back in the day when you had a cartridge of a game, that was pretty much it, right? So what was great about this is like there were some new monthly updates. Hey, here's the Halloween set, right? And that was completely brand new at the time. And then here's Toy Day for Christmas and the holiday season. And then they would just do like a small handful of like 10 to 15 items to really bring you back into the game. Because, you know, I'm guilty of it. When I play an Animal Crossing game, if I play it for like over a month, it starts feeling like a chore, right?
Animal Crossing burnout.
Animal Crossing burnout, right? How many guys get a little burnt out of the game? It's okay. Your Animal Crossing villagers aren't mad at you, trust me. But yeah, like you get a little burnt out of the game after, you know, picking all the fruits off your trees, selling everything, finding all the golden spots in the ground, you know, appraising all the fossils. You know, you have your checklist of like 50 things you do every single day, right? But this was cool because Nintendo actually updated the game and they gave us a couple items like every other month, and you'd be excited about that. And I think the greatest thing about that was there was a lot of culture into the game. Like there was a lot of Korean culture items, a lot of Chinese New Year's items, a lot of Japanese culture items. Like literally any kind of country that has this game had some sort of representation in it, be it you know, a small little item or here and there. So that was really fun for me. And
then eventually we got the big update right towards the end. Yes, it was a good update. There was paid DLC, so depending on your opinion on that, but the update that we got, Happy Home Paradise, was substantial.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. You guys paid for that update at Happy Home Paradise? That was
Nintendo
good.
Switch Online.
Yeah, get that Nintendo Switch Online with that for free, huh? Yeah, so that one was, if you guys remember when we were talking about the past, Happy Home Designer, where we had pretty much like a toy box of all of the tools and we made houses for all of the villagers. This was an update in Animal Crossing New Horizons where we did literally the exact same thing. Yeah. But we had all of the new stuff, the newer graphics, and honestly, you can spend so many hours on one singular house. It was so great.
That was my problem. I was spending 4 hours per house, and then I got through like maybe 10 houses.
Yeah, and you guys beat that all the way to the very end? Yeah, there's a surprise at the very end. I won't spoil it, but there's some really cool stuff if you go through and you do X amount of houses. I think it's like 25 or 30 or something like that. But That was one of my favorites. And then in Animal Crossing New Horizons, I think a lot of the fan base on Twitter and all sorts of social media, like we were really, really begging for even more content, right? And then they just dropped like the 2.0 update with like so many different items in it, and they just like dropped a bomb on us, and there was just so many different, I remember there was like a mannequin that looked like a human for some reason. I just put that on the ground by the beach. I was like dragging it for some reason. It was weird. What other furniture sets do you remember, or items that just kind of stick out to you?
Well, I'm thinking actually about how they added farming into the game.
Farming, that's right.
That was a first for Animal Crossing. It wasn't like substantial to the extent that it felt like you now had a farming sim that you were dealing with, but that was by and far farming and cooking a first for the series. So.
Yeah, I do remember that. That was super fun. I remember, oh, look at that. Yeah, signing people's message boards. Yeah, that was totally a thing. Like you'd go to someone's island and give them a little autograph or draw a picture. Yeah, there's just so much good about this game. And how many of you guys still play this game to the date? Still play it. All right, good, good, good. I logged in today. Hey. Just kidding. Yeah, we're good. So yeah, the game is great, but honestly, you gotta try to find new things about the game in order to prevent burnout, right? Because sometimes you're just like, you get tired of dealing with the same Animal Crossing villagers. So what do you do to prevent burnout?
Well, I like playing with people, so we kind of talked about this, but I liked inventing my own games with people. We would do basically our own hide and seek, or races around the island, make little obstacle courses with items, and with the terraforming, of course. Terraforming!
Oh, we didn't talk about terraforming. Yeah, that's pretty fun. So terraforming was a concept where you can like dig around the actual plane and do like what, 2 or 3 levels?
You could never modify your island. You would reset until you got the layout you liked in earlier games, and some of that still exists, but for the most part you can do whatever you want to your island this time around.
Yeah, super fun. And I think that in order to prevent burnout for me was like pretty much clearing out my entire town and making it an entire just like flat land, and then really taking a square acre at a time and really making it into something that I wanted. I'm a big Yokai Watch fan. Any of you guys know Yokai Watch? Some of you guys, hey, cool, great. Yeah, you are, I know you are. Anyway, so like, there was a town in Yokai Watch, which was like the main town of the main character, and I literally like made it like square for square in Animal Crossing, which was so fun. I'd show you that, but we're kind of running out of time. So there's just so many things that you could do in the game to prevent burnout and really just try to find something else. I know that a lot of us right now are really waiting for more updates for the game, so I guess that's a good segue into you know, the next thing, which is like the future, right? We're gonna go into the future really quick. Yeah, how do we go there? There we go. So the future of Animal Crossing. What's gonna happen, right? So the developers said that they've had like what, 1 to 2 years of updates planned for the game. Something along those lines. Yeah, they're done. So like, what now? Even though this was like one of the biggest titles of all Nintendo Switch, why isn't there more?
Well, I think the question is, where do they go from here?
Yeah.
It's hard to answer because we don't know what Nintendo's next console is per se. I think they're probably working on the next game. I would just say New Horizons meets New Leaf, where we have a little bit of each. We have all of the quality of life updates from New Horizons, maybe some other quality of life updates like some other games are doing right now, like Disney Dreamlight Valley, and mesh that with like all the good stuff from New Leaf, like having Street Pass or some kind of connectivity that people don't have to actively do. Yeah. Just like, and to be honest, I think this is what Nintendo's always done with Animal Crossing, like the same, but a step up.
Yeah,
a little bit better.
Up. Right, right. Yeah, I think that would be really fun. But like, let's go back to the city concept for a while. Like, could you imagine, like, you had skyscrapers and stuff, and you had, like, different floors that you can, like, make?
One floor for Gracie, one floor for Milk.
Like, that would be really cool. Or how about, like, okay, picture this with me. Animal Crossing in outer space.
Ah.
I'm just kidding. No, that just came up with that right now. No, that'd be super fun, though. Planets? No way. UFOs for fast travel? No way. Anyway,
too much.
That's a little too much. So yeah, that's really all we have. Do we want to do? Okay, we want to do one more giveaway. I think we have a $10 Nintendo eShop giveaway right over here. what we're gonna do right now is, who has your Nintendo Switch with Animal Crossing on it? All right, you guys have it. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to raffle this off to the person who can prove that they have the most hours clocked in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So, those of you guys, open up the home menu, go over to your, whatever your game settings on your profile, and then raise your hand when you're ready and then say how many hours. And you have to be in like the 4 digits, right? 1,000 hours? You don't think someone's in the... No, I'm kidding.
I'm at 800.
Let's go, let's do the highest. All right, what do you got? 1295. All right, does anyone have higher than 1295? You.
No, I don't. I have
95 hours. All right, anyone else? How do you check?
Home screen, and then click your name, your user in the top left.
Yeah, you click on the user in the top left. Let me see if I can do that really quick. How many hours do you have, Sam?
I think I have around 800.
800.
I had more in New Leaf, to be honest.
Okay, so you go over to profile. You go to your profile, right? And then what? Man, my Switch is not loading up. Anyone else? Anyone want to just show off? Okay, what do you got? 625. That's really good. How about you in front? 790. Whoa. Okay, mine over here. 1,000 hours. That's nothing compared to 1295. Anyone else just want to say for the heck of it how many hours they've done? 600 over here. How about you in the green? 270. Wow, that's a lot of time playing Animal Crossing. You. 880 in the back. 600, more than that. Yeah, great. Anyone else? You. 840. Good job. You. Oh yeah, you don't have your Switch. Yeah, Pixar, it didn't happen. Nice try. Just kidding with you. All right, in the back. 1130, we got some competition. That's really close. Anyone else higher than 12? Yeah, you? 925. Yeah, you got some real Animal Crossing fans over here. If you're over like 200, I think that's pretty legit. Okay, so anyone else? Last call for Animal Crossing. How many hours you clocked into it? Going once, going twice. All right, you got to show me your Nintendo Switch. Here we go. Round of applause. There you go. Round of applause for a guy that spent 1,200 hours in Animal Crossing. Yeah, $12.95. Can confirm right over here. Awesome. Here is your $10 eShop gift card. There we go. Yeah. Anyway, so that was really super fun. That's a little look into Animal Crossing, the past, present, future. Once again, my name is Abdallah. You can find me on social media, Abdallah Smash. You can just type that into YouTube. You guys can subscribe. And then we've got Sam over here. You want to shout out where you're at?
I'm Sam. You can find me at Nintendo Fangirl, mostly on Twitter, YouTube.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for coming. I hope that you guys have a great rest of New York ComicCon. We're going to be chilling out over here until they kick us out. We can do some pictures, some autographs in case you guys want to. It'll be a really fun time. So have a great rest of New York ComicCon. Like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. And we'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching.